Hello and welcome to the Vaults of Terra. My name is Ed and today we're going to be continuing with our Imperial Guard Regiment videos with a quick look at the Tallarn Desert Raiders. Now, Tallarn itself is a burnt and desolate world. The only thing it has to offer is its manpower, contributing the regiments known collectively as the Tallarn Desert Raiders. Now, the world of Tallarn was once a lush and fertile world. However, during the Horus Heresy, the Iron Warriors, who had joined Horus, both virus and firebombed the planet from space, reducing the once lush forests and plains to a blasted, tainted desert. Now, the Iron Warriors had come searching for relics, but met unexpected resistance from the people who had survived their virus and firebombing. The Tallarns, who used guerrilla tactics and armoured transports, prevented the movement of the traitors and stalled them long enough for relief forces to arrive. Now, Chaos forces would later return in Millennium 32 after the artifact again was uncovered, but an unlikely alliance with the Eldar prevented the Chaos forces from retrieving it and drove them back from the world again. Now, after the formation of the Tallarn Desert Raiders, they became known for their guerrilla warfare skills. Also, because armoured transports are needed for most of Tallarn's desert surface, the Raiders were also well skilled in their use of armoured warfare, and their tank crews are some of the most renowned in the Imperium. They are also said to be one of the most pious Imperial Guard regiments, having almost as many preachers as they do officers. However, this may just mean that they're more vocal about their belief, as piety is really the standard for any Imperial citizen. Now, the tactics of the Tallarn Desert Raiders revolve around their guerrilla fighting, using evasive and opportunistic attacks to exploit slower movement or entrenched enemies, especially in desert or wasteland biomes. They are well known for their sentinel squadrons as well, who are agile enough to support their fast-moving raiders and provide heavy firepower whilst not being overly loud or liable to get stuck in less than solid ground. They also are renowned for their Rough Riders, using both gene-modified horses to make them more resistant to desert conditions, and Mokali, alien reptile-like creatures who can survive for long periods of time in very arid environments, much like camels can in the modern world. As well as their infantry, artillery and armoured columns, it is not uncommon for Tallarn regiments to include one or more patrol companies, sometimes referred to as recon or long-range companies, who are able to move quickly over long distances to find enemies who may be beyond the range of traditional scanning equipment. Now, as mentioned, the Tallarn also make use of heavy armour when guerrilla tactics would be inappropriate for the setting. They use chimeras to transport men quickly, whilst using more heavily armoured variants and even Leman Russ variants as support vehicles whilst they attack. Now, the appearance of the Tallarn is mainly owing to their harsh climate of their homeworld and the constant raging sandstorms that they must face. They usually have a distinctive yellow and white desert combat garb consisting of light, loose cottons, a wraparound headscarf, and canvas boots, which are light enough to allow for walking through heavy sand. Now, obviously the Tallarns are equipped as most Imperial Guard regiments, although they don't tend to use flak helmets as much as other regiments, preferring of course their wraparound headscarf. However, as special weapons they do prefer the plasma gun and the missile launcher. Both weapons suit their preference for hidden run tactics, as they are prized for their ability to deliver a crippling blow very quickly and are relatively easy to transport compared to some other types of heavy weapon. So that's everything I wanted to mention today on the Tallarn Desert Raiders. That was just a very short video going over their regiment. Of course, we're just trying to complete our Imperial Guard Regiment videos at this stage. We're going to do as many major Imperial Guard regiments as we can, then we're going to do a few bulk videos just covering off quite a few regiments at the same time, for those that don't have the depth of lore that we need for a decent video length. I'll also be including some more Space Marine chapter bulk videos. Again, this is for the same reason that of course there are some chapters that don't have enough lore, and also because we've been doing Space Marines for a very long time, coming up on 2 years now, I get the feeling that it might be easier to just get through them as quickly as possible whilst still giving them the spotlight that they deserve. And also we'll be finishing off our overview videos soon with the Dark Eldar and also doing an overview of the Mechanicum before finishing off the Imperial Guard, and then we'll finally be moving on to other interesting elements of the Imperium, including the Inquisition and the Sisters of Battle, which are very highly requested at this stage. So that's the upcoming programming on the channel. If you actually have any questions you want to ask myself, you can leave it in the comment section below or send me a personal message, or you could go to the Vox Relay, which is the Vaults of Terra forums, which is linked in the description below. There you'll be able to find a community of people who are very knowledgeable and able to help you with many elements of the lore, and also a pretty nice community in general. So that's everything I wanted to mention today. See you next time on the Vaults of Terra.